You've felt it. The way your chest tightens when you think of him. The quiet knowing in your soul that this is no ordinary bond. And you're right, because heaven has been orchestrating every detail behind the scenes. The angels say, he did not come into your life by accident. He came because your heart was ready to remember. This man, the one who keeps returning to your thoughts, is not just a chapter in your story. He is part of a sacred mission your soul agreed to long before this lifetime began. And now, the veil is lifting. He admitted it. Not to everyone yet, but to himself. That the way you move through the world has a profound effect on him. That the way you look at life makes him want to be a better man. Your light startled him at first. It mirrored everything he longed for and feared he could never hold. But divine timing has never been about ease. It's always been about awakening. You were sent to remind him of the love he forgot he was worthy of. The love he buried under pride, performance, and pain. The kind of love that doesn't demand, but reveals. That doesn't control, but remembers. He's waking up now. To the truth of what you are. To the echo of your name in his prayers. To the vision of you, beside him in white, in peace, in promise. The angels whisper, he's beginning to imagine forever, not as a dream, but as a vow. And it terrifies him. Because this kind of love doesn't come with a map. It comes with fire. With surrender. With God. You have been chosen, dear soul, not to chase, but to stand. Not to convince, but to shine. Your role is not to wait with fear, but to walk in knowing. For in the sacred language of the Spirit, the word soon means, when the heart softens, when the pride breaks, when the soul says yes. And all signs are pointing to this moment being now. He admitted it, that he sees you as his future. And heaven is already setting the table. As it is written, the heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. Proverbs 16 verse 9 He pulls away, and you feel it. The silence grows heavy. The warmth you shared fades behind vague words and unread messages. But beloved soul, this is not rejection, this is resistance. From someone who's afraid to let you all the way in. The angels lean close and speak gently, he wants to love you. He just doesn't know how to love with his wounds wide open. He has been taught that love must be earned, controlled, proven. He's carried heartbreak like armor and called it survival. And now, standing in front of something as pure as you, as soft and sacred as what you offer, he is undone. This isn't about you. It's about what rises inside him when he sees himself through your eyes. You reflect back the man he could be. And that vision is both beautiful and terrifying. You may ask yourself, if he feels so much, why does he hide? Because feelings don't heal patterns. Because the soul can recognize a miracle, and the mind will still run to hide from it. The angels say, he's not avoiding you. He's avoiding the version of himself he knows he'll have to become to be worthy of your love. There are walls around his heart, thick with shame, fear, and the echoes of old betrayals. And you, radiant soul, walked in without knocking. You didn't ask for permission. You just were. And in that being, you broke something open. But that opening is raw. And sometimes, love burns before it heals. Sometimes, what should feel like home triggers everything that's ever felt unsafe. So he retreats. And you feel abandoned. But the angels urge you, don't close your heart in response. His walls are not a reflection of your worth. This is the holy ground of transformation. And though he stumbles through it now, the very presence of your light is beginning to dissolve his darkness. Not with pressure. Not with demands. But with the quiet power of love that remains soft, even when it's not fully understood. He will return, not as the man who left, but as one who has been transformed by grace. The angels are still at work. Even in his silence, they are communicating. Even in his absence, love is doing its deepest work. You've been carrying the weight of this connection like a silent prayer. Loving him in quiet moments, holding hope tight within you, wondering if being everything for someone else means you'll have nothing left for yourself. But the angels gather around you now, close and gentle, and they whisper, "Don't forget yourself while loving him." There is a sacred difference between devotion and self-erasure. And your heart, dear soul, was never meant to bleed dry just to prove its purity. You are not just a mirror reflecting his growth. You are a flame. A light meant to be nurtured, not just admired from a distance. Some days, you've waited. Paused your dreams, softened your voice, dimmed your brilliance, hoping that would make you easier to love, easier to choose. But heaven never asked you to disappear for love. The truth is, the more you shine, the more he'll remember what real love feels like. Not control. Not performance. But truth. And truth needs space. The angels say, every time you choose your peace, he feels it. And it calls him home. So breathe deeply. Not every moment requires your intervention. Some things bloom in silence. Some awakenings happen while you rest. Take the long walk. Light the candle just for you. Speak your needs aloud, even if no one responds. This path is not about waiting, it's about remembering. Remembering that your joy is sacred, that your boundaries are divine, that your energy is not a currency to be spent on uncertainty. Let him do his work, but don't pause your life waiting for his healing. Your care for him is powerful, but your care for yourself is what will ignite the heavens. Because the angels know, when a woman returns to herself, the entire world begins to shift. You didn't mean to shake him. You were just being yourself, honest, radiant, quietly wild. But somewhere between your laugh and the truth in your eyes, he saw a version of himself he couldn't ignore. The angel speaks softly now, through the veils of his mind. She shows you who you are, not to shame you but to wake you. What you lit inside him wasn't desire, it was revelation. Your presence, so effortless, held up a mirror. And he saw the cracks in his armor, the masks he wore, the stories he told himself to survive. And suddenly, it wasn't enough. Not the half-lived life. Not the almost love. Not the safety he traded for silence. You stirred the truth. And truth, dear soul, doesn't arrive politely. It bursts in, unannounced, with hands full of fire. That's what you've been for him, the unspoken invitation to grow. The silent challenge to evolve. The mirror that reflects his deepest light, and his buried shadows. It's why he sometimes resists you. Because love that heals also confronts. And you, without even trying, became a witness to the parts of him he swore no one would ever see. The angels say, he's never been seen this way. And he doesn't yet know how to be held without armor. You didn't push him. You simply were. And that was more than enough. You weren't sent to fix him. You were sent to awaken what he forgot. And now he stands in the tension, between who he was and who he's becoming. Between the comfort of control and the chaos of transformation. And all of it, sparked by you. You are not too much. You are medicine. And like all sacred remedies, you bring both truth and tenderness in equal measure. Let the mirror stay open. His soul will recognize it when his heart is ready. There's something changing in him. You can feel it in the silence, in the way his absence doesn't sting like it used to, because beneath it, there's a pulse. A quiet awakening stirring in the dark. The angels lean in and whisper, he is not who he was, and he never will be again. The man who once ran from his feelings, who tried to bury your presence beneath distractions and logic, has started to listen, to something deeper. A voice inside him that sounds a lot like your laughter. A memory that lingers like your scent on his skin. He's remembering. Not just you. But who he was before the world told him to forget love like this. Before he learned that vulnerability was dangerous and that longing made him weak. Now, each moment alone with his thoughts, each echo of your kindness, is a crack in the wall he built around his heart. The angels say, he sees you in his quiet. He dreams of you in his sleep. And in those moments, he understands. He may not be ready to say it. He may not even fully understand it. But his soul is standing at the door of something new. Of surrender. Of truth. Of you. You didn't need to fight for this. Your light did the work your words never had to. And now, like dawn after years of shadow, his heart is beginning to open. He's noticing the emptiness in things that used to fulfill him. He's questioning the masks he used to wear with pride. He's craving connection, not just touch but presence. And every path he follows seems to bring him back to you. This is not coincidence. It's awakening. And the angels are guiding each fragile step. He may move slowly. He may move clumsily. But he's moving. And every inch toward you is a mile toward himself. He comes close, and then he pulls away. Just when you feel him soften, just when the warmth begins to return, he disappears again into silence. And you're left asking, why? The angels speak into this ache with clarity and compassion. He is caught in a sacred loop, not because he doesn't feel, but because he feels too much. This is not a game. This is a soul in conflict. Each time he approaches you, his heart surges with what could be, what is. And then the fear crashes in. Old stories whisper, you'll lose yourself. You'll get hurt. This is too good. And so he retreats. Not from you, but from himself. You are the mirror of everything he thought he wasn't ready for. The life he claimed he didn't deserve. The love that asks for truth, not performance. But the angels show this too. Each time he returns, a part of him stays. A seed is planted. And love keeps growing, even when he's gone. His resistance isn't rejection. It's rhythm. A divine unraveling of defenses built over decades. And this dance, this back and forth, isn't meant to punish you. It's meant to prepare him. He's learning, slowly, painfully, that his patterns can't protect him from real love. That leaving doesn't lessen the longing. That silence only magnifies the truth. Let yourself feel the ache. But don't take it as failure. This is not the end. It is the sacred in-between, the cocoon before the wings. You don't have to chase him. Love is already doing the chasing, pulling at the roots of his fear until they loosen, until they give way to something softer. He is in the loop now, but the circle is closing, and soon it will become a spiral, bringing him back, not just to you, but to himself. He won't say it out loud. Not yet. But your love has become his refuge, the one place his heart remembers how to breathe. The angels whisper, she didn't heal him by fixing. She healed him by seeing. You didn't come with answers. You came with presence. You didn't try to erase his pain. You held space for it, softly, like the silence after prayer. And that, beloved soul, was the medicine. You may not know the power of your own tenderness, how it quieted the war in his mind, how your patience soothed the boy in him who was told he had to be strong, even when he was breaking. Your love didn't demand he change. It made him want to. It reminded him that gentleness can be sacred, that trust can be reborn, that maybe, just maybe, he is still worthy of a love that doesn't flinch when it sees all of him. The angels say, he is still unraveling, still learning the sound of safety. But your love has carved a path he will never unwalk. You've become his anchor in the storm, not by holding him down, but by showing him how to return to himself. Even in silence, your love speaks. Even in distance, your light reaches. This isn't a love made of noise. It's the slow alchemy of healing. It's the balm he never asked for, but now can't live without. And while you may feel unseen, know this. The healing is happening. The walls are softening. And in the quiet, he whispers your name like a prayer he didn't know he believed in. This is how love changes a life, not by rushing in, but by remaining. Soft, steady, sacred. You've wondered if this path is still sacred, when it feels so lonely. You've asked the stars for a sign, a voice, a hand to hold in the invisible. And the heavens answer, this was never just your journey. You've been guided every step. Every pause, every pull, even the ache of waiting, has been orchestrated with divine precision. Not as punishment, but as preparation. The angels move like wind through silence, whispering to both your hearts, even when words fall away. They say, trust the detour. It is leading you exactly where you belong. This love, the one you carry so fiercely and quietly, isn't lost in delay. It's being refined, set apart, protected. He feels it too, though he may not name it. A strange pull, a knowing, that no matter how far he drifts, he always ends up facing you. That is not coincidence. That is covenant. There are forces beyond your eyes at work here. Aligning moments, softening hearts, guiding footsteps when it feels like all direction is gone. You may not see the full picture yet, but the artist never paints without purpose. The angels leave a promise in your spirit. You were never waiting alone. The time, the silence, the surrender, it was all divinely written. And now, the wind is shifting. He's being moved. Gently, urgently, toward clarity, toward you. Stay open, not desperate, just ready. For the love that is guided by heaven never arrives rushed, but when it comes, it will not pass you by. It is the Lord who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. He stands at the edge of something he can't name. Something vast, tender, terrifying. And that something is you. The angels draw close now, quiet and reverent, because they know this is holy ground. The place where a man meets his fear and chooses whether to open or run. He has loved before, but never like this. Never with his soul trembling. Never with someone who saw straight through the masks. You see the boy in him, the one who never felt safe enough to cry. You see the man in him, the one who learned to carry everything alone. And that's why he hesitates. Because you don't ask for performance. You ask for presence. You ask for him. All of him. And he doesn't know if he can survive being fully seen. The angels whisper, he wants to open. But it still hurts to be soft. He's afraid that you'll see the cracks and leave. That once loved fully, he'll never recover from the loss. That letting you in means losing control. But here's the sacred truth. His desire to be close to you is growing louder than his fear. He doesn't yet know how to bridge the distance, but he aches for the bridge to be built. You are not his healer, but your love is the invitation his soul has been waiting for. And he is answering, not with fireworks, but with trembling steps. With moments of eye contact held a little longer. With truths spoken in fragments. With silence that feels less like absence, and more like effort. This is not a man who doesn't care. This is a man unraveling. So don't mistake his hesitation for indifference. He is choosing you, in the only way he knows how, imperfectly. And the heavens are guiding him gently toward the moment he finally says, I'm scared, but I still want to try. For when I am weak, then I am strong. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 10. Not everything will unfold the way you imagined. And that, beloved soul, is grace. The angels now rest their hands over your heart, not to silence its longing, but to teach it peace. Because real love, the kind that roots itself beyond time, beyond promises, beyond outcome, is not a matter of control. It's a practice of surrender. He may come fully. He may still waver. He may take the long road back to you. Or he may arrive in silence, already transformed. But none of this changes who you are, or the depth of what you gave. The angels say, you are not waiting. You are blooming. You are not here to chase what's unsure. You are here to recognize what is true. And even if he's not ready yet, you were. You are. You will always be. Ready to love with courage. ready to see beyond appearances, ready to walk the road with or without a hand in yours. Because the gift was never just the union. The gift was who you became in the process. The strength you found in choosing softness. The clarity that came from staying open. You are not a question. You are the answer. And the one who sees that will never let you go. The angels close this message with reverence. What is yours will never feel like confusion. It will feel like recognition. So release your grip. Breathe. Trust. If he is meant to be, he will return, not because you asked him to, but because his soul remembers where home is. And if not, then the love that comes next will be exactly what your heart was made for. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Psalm 23 verse 6.